Mater Domini Rupestre Church. We go down some stairs to visit the small church of Mater Domini. And already our gazes turn elsewhere. In front of us, the panorama with the ravine that surrounds and encircles the little church shows itself overbearingly in all its beauty. On the 18th century façade, with its simple and austere lines, two doors open, only one of which allows access to its interior. Upon entering, one is amazed by the light that pervades in the single square hall of the church, despite the fact that there are few openings and windows on the outer masonry. Nose up, I recognize and show visitors the typical features of our architecture and the tireless and ingenious work of man. Turning around, however, here is a typical example of architecture in the negative. Man subtracting material and at the same time, as with the forepart of the Mille Settecento, interfaces with the masonry. It is evident in this structure how our traditions and our ability to adapt to a Rupestrian habitation is not belied. Immediately to the right, in the apse area, we glimpse a stone altar from the 19th century with side volutes in the upper area. It looks almost like a stage backdrop, ready to frame and emphasize the images located posteriorly. For now, a representation of the Good Death on the right is clearly legible, and time has unfortunately not preserved the complete reading of the images. Odysseus is also glimpsed depicted, and a cartouche in the center wall bearing a date. 1764. The side walls, on the other hand, show small altars, one of which has decorations at the top in faux marble. Of poor workmanship, but a nice example of the attempt to embellish surfaces by imitating in pictorial rendering, e.g. slabs of sienna yellow. Drawing our attention is an inverted slab bearing the effigy of St. Nicholas. We recognize him by his vestments and his face, though disfigured. Still shows the white hair of the Bishop of Myra. The saint's right hand is in the act of blessing, while the colors and somatic features hark back to that manner of painting typical of the 300s, there where Byzantine-influenced art in our caves and cave churches found a home, but was already beginning to glimpse an early westernization of these images. Evident, for example, in the decoration of the throne where St. Nicholas is seated, and in this inverted frescoed slab with a manger function that stands at the exceptionality, the beauty of this construction. A typical example of how over the centuries such rooms, once disused, were reused as stables, cellars and sheepfolds, or in this case, as a chicken coop. Leaving the church, we climb the steps, leaving behind us a scenery that frames to a jewel that has always been protected and circulated by time. Rock Church restored thanks to the Booking Ginosa APS Association in the year 2022.